There we go. There we go. How many Dukes does it take to start a XDiavel? Yo! I love low seats. I'm a short little hombre. The forward controls are absolutely unreal. Yo, what is up guys? DukeOfDC here. Welcome to another video. This video is made possible by Third Gen Vlogs. Third Gen Vlogs, you know what you've done here. Thank you, my friend. I'm gonna link his Instagram and his YouTube channel down below. Go check him out. If you enjoy this vlog, this review, first ride, thank him. He's the reason why. Gotta get used to it. Holy the torque is amazing. Alright guys, so without further ado, I am on the Ducati XDiavel S. A very special bike. It's a 2016 model. It's brand spanking new. It is, without question, a complete redesign of what they're still selling, which is the Ducati XDiavel. XDiavel? I hope that I am saying that correctly. I'm very concerned that I'm gonna butcher it. But anyway, this bike is incredible. This particular model, let's get through the basics real quick. So I'm also going to show you guys some off the bike footage. I'm going to show you a little clip from a Ducati video that shows what the new Desmodromic variable timing engine does, which is the DVT that Ducati is boasting about. You know, it's very smooth at low speed. It's very usable. I mean, this is a monster of a bike though. Let's go through some of the basics real quick. Okay, so this model is the S model. There are two models. There's the XDiavel and the XDiavel S. The S is essentially just all bitted up with I don't even know if it's carbon. It's polished aluminum everywhere, painted engine, and then the only performance difference on this one is that this has the M50 Brembo monoblocks, which are really special. I would say the strangest thing that you immediately have to get used to when you jump on this bike is the forward controls. And what I mean by that is my feet now are sitting about a foot in front of me rather than hunched up behind me like they usually are, which is a very different sensation. You have to stretch, you have to get your toe underneath it. That being said, there are 60 different ergonomic riding positions that you can be in at any given time. So I think this one was set up for someone a little bit taller than me. I'm pretty short, you know, I'm about 5'9", 30-inch inseam, but this thing does not have a very tall seat height, which is fantastic. Let's give it a little bit of beans here. Holy. Okay, this thing pulls much harder than the Tuono. And the reason is it pulls a lot lower. It maxes out at its 96 pound-feet of torque at 5,000 RPMs. Another incredible fact about this bike is that it has a 240 millimeter rear section tire. No, I did not say that incorrectly. 240 millimeters. That's insane. So the biggest question that I've seen on the internet is this a cruiser or not? And I've never been on a traditional cruiser. I've never ridden a Harley or, you know, any other comparable cruiser bike. But from my perspective, I would say this is not a cruiser in that essence. It's like a sport cruiser. It has all the power that you could ever want in a bike, ever. 1262 cc's. It's the new Ducati DVT L Twin. And that has variable valve timing, which is not new to the combustion engine, but it is new to motorcycles. And what that does is it smooths out this power band so that this engine is usable at any RPM. There's no bogging, there's no questionable decisions that you can make. And then when you twist the throttle, you immediately have power. One of the other benefits that this motorcycle has as a sport cruiser, if you want to call it that, is that it also comes with Ducati's entire lineup of safety features. It has the Ducati safety pack with the Bosch cornering ABS and dynamic traction control. In terms of electronics, it's got this Bluetooth infotainment system, which is a TFT display, which is it's a really beautiful display. All right, here we go. We can give it a little bit of power here. Oh my God. It's so brutal. This L-Twin is unbelievable. The fact that you get 100% of the torque at 5,000 RPM, which is a very low figure, is really something else. Now I'm going to take it easy on this bike. It hasn't reached the 600-mile service interval, so I don't want to go absolutely ape shit on it. I don't think that's fair to the dealership or whoever buys this bike in the future. So, it is a demo though. It will live its life being a demo until, I guess, next year when they put it up online for sale, which is probably what's going to happen. Then I'll come with my Aprilia and I'll buy it. It's sick. I mean, the seating position alone is really quite comfortable. No quick shifter here, so, manual shifting up and down, which I actually like. I think that's an important part of a cruiser-styled bike. Let's talk about the price. Price is a pretty huge factor for me. I mean, I'm a young guy. I don't really think that I can spend 20 grand on a bike right now, just because that's not where I'm at in life. I don't have that kind of financial freedom to do that yet. The Tuono was a great deal. Is this a great deal? For what it's competing against, I would say yes, because the XDiavel non-S version is 20 grand. If you go out and you get a Harley that has comparable features to this bike, I can almost guarantee you'll spend more than 20 grand, or you'll have a very difficult time finding something that is a standard cruiser that has all of the creature comforts that this bike has. As I said, this is a sport cruiser. This is an entirely new type of motorcycle. Now, the S model that I'm on costs $23,000. That's not a small figure at all, but you get a lot of bike for $23,000. You get something that is gorgeous, you get something that is powerful, that's comfortable. I haven't been riding it for very long, but I'm extremely comfortable right now. I feel comfortable with the bike, and that's an important thing. There are some motorcycles that you throw a leg over and they just feel right. It's just little things like that make this, you feel special on a Ducati. They make things feel special. They're very good at doing that. I'm very grateful to be on this bike today. It's an incredibly difficult motorcycle to get your hands on right now. You have to know someone that knows someone, and so thank you, Third Gen Vlogs, man, because this is a really fun experience. It sounds really good too, and I know that this is just a stock can. That's one of the gripes that I have. If you're gonna spend $23,000, this should come with some stock Termies or something like that, Okay guys, this is a perfect place to get off the bike and show you some cool shit. Let's park right here. So I'm going to do a little walk around with you and show you some of the cool parts that come on specifically the XDiavel S. So as you can see, we start in the back here and you have these forged aluminum wheels, which are absolutely beautiful, and this enormous 240 millimeter wide tire. Let me put my glove on this just to give you perspective. My entire glove, stretched across, does not go from end to end. Now that's a large Dainese. Making our way around, you see the painted black 1262cc DVT L-Twin. An absolute monster. And a lot of people argue that this is what classifies this bike as being a cruiser, is that it has an enormously large displacement twin engine. Now this isn't a V-twin like most cruisers, it's an L-Twin, but still. So these are the forward controls right here. As you can see, very far in front of where you would sit. It is a bit of a reach for me. They're set up a little bit further than I would like, but at the same time, it is much more comfortable than having them pinned up, and on a bike like this, there's no option to have your feet pinned up there. Moving even farther forward, we have the Brembo M50 monoblock calipers, which are absolutely incredible. Smooth throughout the entirety of your braking. There's no loss of pressure. We have the trellis frame, very iconic with Ducati models. Okay, so what I didn't realize until last night is that this incredibly cool kind of horseshoe LED does not come on the standard XDiavel. It only comes on the S model. I would want that. That's like their branding for this bike, so I'm kind of surprised it doesn't come on the other one. You can see the built mirrors here. Very nice, very usable. We've got backlit buttons, which I've never seen before. Cool feature. And then, and I don't know that it'll focus really well on it because it's middle of the day, but this is the TFT display. You know, around here you can get through all your different menu items. I can change the traction control, the ABS. I can change the engine from sport mode to, what are the other options there? Touring or urban, which I imagine just change the fueling, the throttle response, perhaps the power. This is really cool. I really like this. The trigger system that Ducati has, so you just flick this up and then you can start it. We'll give it a few little revs. It's actually incredibly loud. It sounds fantastic. Something else that's really different from the standard Diavel that Ducati sells is that this is a belt-driven motorcycle now, not chain-driven. So you have a little bit less maintenance to do. I'm going to take a few little other shots and then we'll start heading back to the dealership. Oh, something I haven't talked about, guys, is this bike has cruise control. It's pretty incredible. Hazards, high beams. This is to toggle your high beam, turn signal, left, right, off. On this side, start, kill it, all of that is functioning right here. And then on the back, there's this cheeky little button here. If you can see, this little motherfucker is the Ducati launch control. You're in launch mode, so you have level 1, 2, 3. Again, it just tells you, like most launch controls nowadays, you hold the throttle down full and dump the clutch. Of course, it sorts everything out for you, the wheel slip, etc., so that you don't die. But what an interesting concept. Another thing, the Ducati S has this beautiful painted glossy tank. And yeah, I think I've covered just about everything, you know? Oh yeah, we're still going strong on the GoPro. The GoPro life is strong. We're in sport mode too, which is good to know. Oh, and the lights are on auto, which is also an interesting function. Okay, so I'm wondering if there's a like a minimum speed that you need to be going in order to engage the cruise control. But we're gonna try it in second gear going 30. So it's on, boom, set. Oh, it's going. This is the weirdest sensation. That's so fun. Oh, it's so comfortable. Guys, I love this bike. I love bikes that feel right. And this one feels right. It fits great. It's got all the power you would ever need. The torque is absolutely incredible. The sound is wonderful. All of these features are really user-friendly. You know, the bike is not overly engineered in any way. It is just perfectly engineered to what someone would use on a daily basis. Like, I want this car in front of us to get a little bit ahead so I can just show you guys. This is in third gear. We're at about 4,600 RPM, so we're right near that sweet spot of where all the torque kicks in. And I'm gonna do this uphill, waiting for a good stretch of road here. It's so powerful. I mean, like, Jesus Christ. You blink and it just takes you all the way. This is not a motor that you need to wring out until you hit like some ridiculous RPM. You know, this is all low-end torque, baby. Those pulls are intoxicating, to say the least. I'm really digging this bike. Oh my God, so good. It's so good. I didn't know, you know, I honestly didn't know if I would enjoy this bike because of the connotations that surround cruiser bikes, which is why I think when the Diavel originally came out, Ducati specifically said this is not a cruiser, because they didn't want to limit themselves to selling to what was a cruiser fan base, which is not what Ducati wanted, right? They wanted this very wide open fan base so that they could sell as many as possible. But this is a fucking sport cruiser. It's an awesome bike. And I love it. I'm really digging it. I mean, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. I've been taking out a lot of new bikes recently. I have been doing moto vlogs on the reg. This is not where we turned in. God damn it. Lost forever. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace! Front wheel came up just a bit there. And you know, it's crazy because your feet are out in front of you. Mine just naturally like fall off immediately after I do something like that.